Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Eva Nurdiana. I am a magister student of English Education Department, Indonesia University of Education. In this international virtual conference on language and literature, or EFL 2021, I would like to present my research entitled Encouraging Student Speaking Activities in Online Learning, What Teachers Do. Here are the outlines of my presentation. The first one is introduction, the second one is method, findings, and conclusion. In introduction, it would be covered burning issues, purposes of study, theoretical perspective, previous related research reports, the scopes, and the review of literature. And in method, it will be described about the research design, population, sample, instrument, and data analysis. And then finding and conclusion. And now let's go to the burning issues. Many teachers seems to be agreed that teaching speaking in EFL Classroom is hard yet challenging to be undergone. As online class has become a new norm in every institution due to pandemic, new approach in teaching speaking in EFL Classroom need to be redesigned. Here are the purposes of the study. The first one is to investigate EFL teachers' problem in encouraging students in their speaking class. And the second one is to explore teachers' strategies in maintaining continuity of their speaking class in online environment. Now here we come to the theoretical perspectives. Here I would like to highlight the important terms that is used in this research. Those are online learning and speaking skill. Many theories give definition about the online learning. Michigan Department of Education define online learning as a structured learning activity that utilizes technology with internet or internet-based tools and resources as the delivery method for instruction, research, assessment, and communication. Whereas Mintz et al. 2010 defines online learning as learning that takes place partially or entirely over the internet. And then Kennedy and Archambault 2012, Hawkins et al. Cited in Warwican 2014, defines online learning as an option for students at even the high school level. And then Moore et al. 2011 argues that online learning is sound to be the new form of distance education. And the last, Lamy and Hampel 2007 argues that online learning has expanded not only in the written discourse but also in oral discourse. So, as a conclusion, online learning is the learning that is undergone virtually on the internet. Now let's go to the speaking skill. According to Himes 1972, the oral skill is understood as the capacity to express in an effective way when immersed in a community that wants to achieve a certain objectives. According to Leon and Vega 2010, as cited in Fuentes 2012, it is not only limited to make sounds considered correct with a language, but also to choose the correct words and use grammatical structure in a correct way. So to conclude, we can cite in Brown and Ewell 1999 that learning to talk in a foreign language is often considered to be the most difficult aspects of language learning for the teacher to help the student with. Now here we come to the research question. The research question on this research is the first one is what problems are found in encouraging speaking activities in online learning? And the second one is what are effective strategies in encouraging students to speak in online learning? This study will focus only on exploring teachers' problems and strategies in teaching speaking in online learning. Now let's move to the review of related literatures. In this section, I would like to divide the discussion into two main topics. The first one is speaking activities in EFL Classroom, and the second one is encouraging students to speak. Now, speaking activities in EFL Classroom. According to Brown 2001, communicative competence theory highlights the importance of interaction as human beings by using language. According to Alice, 1990, interaction is meaning-focused and carried out to facilitate the exchange of information and prevent communication breakdowns. So, when it comes to speaking activities in online learning, Palop and Pratt 2007 and Linzon 2020 argue that teacher and student experience a whole new set of physical, emotional, and psychological issues along with educational issues. According to Sahdat 2020, here are the pros and cons of online learning. On the screen, you can see that I served the table consists of advantages and the disadvantages of online learning. The advantages of online learning. The first one is cost saving in terms of time, money, and travel. It is free from any time on location restrictions, so the class can be taken at any time in any places. Discussion can be made quickly. And also the exposure with technology is very high, and there is no discrimination with regard to race, sex, communities, nationality, religions, etc. And the last is ensure active and impartial learning. So here we come to the disadvantages. The first one is improper assessment of the student. Yes, this is because it is not done face to face. And the second one is poor monitoring, lack of interaction because we are interact only on screen. Other social activities cannot be performed. Learning always at stake due to poor web connection and application. Yes, this is the main issue in online learning, the poor web connections. And then all the students are not ready to accept virtual learning. Yeah, because we are not ready yet to do this online learning. And then the unavailability of virtual facilities to all students, especially in remote areas. Disciplinary issues, and it enhance social isolation because back again that it is not in face-to-face situation because we are separated with screen, so we are felt isolated. And then the focus is on theory, not on the practice. Lecture questioning and answering activities. Lack of correction of mistake immediately, and the last is no control over unethical problems. Now let's go to the second section of this related literature. Encouraging students to speak. Harmer 2007 and Thornbury 2005 agreed that speaking activities should provide rehearsal opportunities, chance to practice real-life speaking in the safety of the classroom. And then it should be contextual and authentic in meaningful contexts. It is by Brown 2001 and Anjani Putri 2013. And the speaking activities should also provide appropriate feedback and correction, and it should be give students opportunities to activate the various elements of language they have stored in their brains and maximize its production. Next is method. In the research design, I chose descriptive qualitative research because a descriptive qualitative design was relevant where information was required directly from those experiencing phenomenon under investigation and where time and resources are limited. So the descriptive qualitative research is suitable to this research. The population here was primary school teacher at Tasikmalaya Regency. On sampling technique, I chose cluster sampling technique. The choosing of sample was according to the mapping of school quality accreditation. It was ranged from grade 1 to 4. So I chose one teacher for each grade. For the instrument, I chose structured interview because it is flexible and the research would be easily done by using these instruments. For the data analysis, it seems that content analysis was considered as an appropriate way to explore the qualitative data driven from the answer. So I chose content analysis for data analysis. Now, here is the findings of the research. The first one is problems in speaking activities in EFL online learning. The first one is technical, mechanical, and practical problems. It seems that this fact is supported by the theories of Brown and Yule 1999, which emphasizes that learning to talk in foreign language is often considered to be the most difficult aspect of language learning. The second one is physical, emotional, psychological issue. This fact is relevant with Palab and Pratt 2007 that believes that issue of physical problems can be experienced as the technology is used extensively. And then effective strategies in encouraging students to speak in EFL online learning. The first strategies is encouraging intrinsic motivation. This is in line with principle of designing speaking techniques proposed by Brown 2001 and Harmer 2007. The second one is making conversation privately. This is relevant with the principle of designing speaking technique proposed by Brown and Harmer. And the third one is breaking students into smaller groups. It is in line with Gillespie et al. 2007 in terms of group size, and it can be used group work, small group, etc. And the fourth one is combining modern and traditional strategies and developing teaching plan and method. So, as the last part, I drew three conclusions to this research. The first one is, despite of difficulties, the student and teachers still had positive attitude toward EFL teaching, especially oral skill, by using technology under this critical situation. And the second one, teachers need to enhance their knowledge on how to involve technologies in their teaching, as well as broaden knowledge on strategies in managing classroom in online environment. And the last one is on applying the strategies on oral learning activities in online environment. Teaching present is further divided into two major functions. The first one is the selection, organization, and designing of content, activities, and assessment. And the second is the facilitation of the. I think it is the end of my presentation, and now I would like to invite comments or question, if any. And to the last, I would like to say thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.